homely. So the gnomes are really homely.
I don't like saying gnome. I like genome better.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming out, showing up to Live from Cleveland. It's laugh time. All the claps and stuff. So before we get this show on the road, and then I'm going to do an actual introduction, I have to read this disclaimer, and I feel like reading it like somebody else. So here it goes. The following views and opinions expressed on this show are only those of the producers and guests, and are not necessarily those of Case Western Reserve University, WRUW-FM, and its staff or management. All right, so pretend like I didn't do that, and then I'm going to go, Wilson Rivera, and then you guys are going to get dope.
Is that a Donald Trump impersonation?
It was the best one I could do. Live from WRUW, your host, Wilson Rivera. What it do, how it is, who you be. What's going on, guys? How is everybody doing tonight? Thank you for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause again, because I like to hear it. It makes me feel good. Thanks for Rachel for letting me host this. Highly irresponsible, but let's do this. So I've been watching I've been following politics closely, which is very unlike me. I don't like politics that much. It's not my thing. And so, yeah, I just started watching it, and it was, at first you could like find some entertainment value with it, but now it's just like, no. Like at first I'd watch it, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch these primary debates, like really sad reunion episodes of Friends. Where it's like, you know, you got Phoebe, gives into the capitalist agenda. You know, Chandler outs himself as a xenophobic racist. And then Ross is just like the old Jewish guy who's just wondering what happened to us, man. Well, Ross, as the old saying goes, no one told you life was going to be this way. But like as it gets more like, the sad part is there's that creeping reality to me that Trump is actually going to get elected. Like that is a possibility, which is, yeah. Which is like, my thing is like, I don't even know why people would vote for him. He doesn't really like, he doesn't give any policies. He just has a campaign based on like poorly worded slogans. It's like, make America great again, Hillary for prison. And it's like, you know, I'd be more concerned if I saw a shirt that said Hillary against prison. Because like I'm all for the incarceration of criminals. Like I think if I saw a Hillary against prison shirt, that'd be a cause for concern for me. Like I need to rethink my options from this point on. That, and he has no neck. How are you gonna talk out your neck so much you don't even have a neck? Like if I'm gonna vote for somebody who isn't gonna do anything for me, I might as well vote for the blockheads from Gumby or Gumby himself. Just write Gumby on the ballot. Because nothing's going to happen. He was going to give Kasich the job, basically. Like, oh, be my VP, I'll give you the job. I don't know. I just had to deal with this all last week because I ended up covering the RNC for the magazine I work for, which was like, really, really beats you down as a colored person. Like, if you're an ethnicity and you're just out there and you're like, oh, God, what is this? Like, two 16-year-old kids just walking around with Hillary for prison shirts. And I'm like, why? You don't even care. You're like trying to find a bathroom stall to do weird stuff to yourself. Like that's your biggest concern is like, where am I going to not be around my parents here? Drove me crazy, just walking around talking to people. Just this one dude who was like the softest racist in the world. And that's what it is. Like people are like, well, he's going to make America great. He's going to get rid of political correctness. And it's like, well, why do you want to get rid of that? Wouldn't you want something that made us more open-minded people a little bit? Like you just want to get rid of empathy and and like morals altogether? Is that your thing? Where it's like, well, I want to be able to call you a I want to call you a beaner when I want to. It's just like, oh, I don't want to be called that. That's the thing. That's why people get mad at that. That's the opposite of what you want to do, what you should want to do. But yeah, so like I was out there and there was like a stance. I got to see Alex Jones get punched in the face, which was awesome. That was the coolest thing. He is the worst Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator ever. So it's like, I was glad to just see him get rocked. And so, yeah, so like I would go out there, I'd interview people, and like the thing was, it's like the people who are actually protesting against like the ideals of the Trump people were actually like the calmest ones. And then you'd have someone come up and just like, oh, well, get out of here. Just like, what? That's your only argument, is to ask me to leave the country that I was born in? It's like, I have a house here. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so then I'm talking to this one dude in Public Square, and he's just like, I was like, hey, man, like, what, are you from Cleveland? He's like, yeah, unfortunately. He's like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, we just won a championship. You should be glad we're from Cleveland. But it's because, and I'm going to preface this now, he didn't like black people.
Oh, no.
He didn't outwardly say it, though, which is like my thing. Is just like, well, have some vindication behind your racism, at least. If you're going to do it, commit. They have things like the KKK and the Westboro Baptist Church. You have a home. Go there. Don't tell me to leave. I'm perfectly comfortable. I can be around any color of people. Like, and so I was like talking to him, and I'm asking him like what he thinks, and he's like, well, you know, these people, and he just would say these people. And he's like, these people, you know, you try to talk to them about something, and then they just like walk away from you and call you a racist. Whoa, go figure. It's really hard not to cuss up here. But yeah, so then I keep talking to him, and I'm like, so like, what do you mean? What's your problem here? He's like, well, you know, we got, you know, we're out here expressing our views and trying to like get to know them. Lie. And you know, they just, you know, they're walking around wearing masks, throwing Molotov cocktails. I'm like, where did you see that? I did not see one mask or Molotov cocktail the whole time I was there, and there were a ton of anarcho-punk kids. Like, just a ton of anarchist punk kids. Like, I saw a girl standing in front of, like, a Black Lives Matter movement, but she had nothing to do with it. She was, like, from some local, like, communist thing. Like this weird protest group that just shows up and just makes other white people who empathize with colored people look bad. And she's just like, kill the pigs, kill the cops, in front of a crowd of black people. And I'm like, that's not helpful to them. It's like, what part are you like? I'm pretty sure someone walked up to her and was like, look, we understand it. Like, you're trying to help, but you're going to get us all shot. They're not going to shoot you. They're going to shoot us. It was crazy, man. Well, back to that guy. So I'm like, who's running around? He's like, well, you know, the anti-protest. I'm like, these people? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, the Black Lives Matter movement? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, so black people? He's like, I didn't say that. I was like, no, I had to say it for you. That's the difference. He's like, I did say that. And I'm like, but you basically said, and then he just walked away from me. It's like, what? I looked at the camera guys and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. This day sucks. I'm going home. I just wanted to go home to a warm bed, to an AC, eat a tub of ice cream, and then bury my tears in a pillow. But instead, to top it all off, when I get home, I open the door and I step in a big old poopy. Because my roommate's dog took a dump on the floor, and I was so mad, I just stepped right in it, and I was like, why does there need to be such a direct metaphor to my life when I already know what it is? That's like unnecessary. It's like I walked in to poop, I'm walking back home to poop. Not my poop, I'm not taking a poop, just the dog's poop, just on the floor. I was livid. There was one cool moment, though. I got to interview Vermin Supreme and Tim Heidecker. And Vermin Supreme 2016, he closed out his interview with, together we're going to ride our ponies into a zombie-powered future. Sold. I'm done. I get it's a satirical statement, but who's to say we can't dream big? So then, that was not fun. I don't know, because I'm used to weird stuff happening to me. Like, one day I was just smoking a cigarette outside of work, and this lady just, like, pulls up her car super fast. And she gets out of her car, and she like, when she's getting out, she's like, oh, I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm just staring at her, like really confused. Then she looks up at me. She looked cracked out like crazy. She's like, do you know where my friend Amelia is? And I was like, Amelia Earhart? She's been missing for 75 years. We hopped in her car, drove to Spokane, Washington, started the search. I wrote that joke just to say Spokane, Washington. Because I think that's a really funny word. Really funny city name. Yeah, it was that one, but then, like, with depression comes anxiety, and you think about dumb stuff. So I remember after the RNC, I was sitting in the shower, and I was like, man, why hasn't BuzzFeed made a list about what Dharma and Greg is doing right now? That was a good show. Tell me 45 things Clarissa, the girl from Clarissa Explains It All, is doing, and you can't give me, like, what's Mark Curry? What's that his name? Mark Curry from Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Or at least a list of 5 reasons why the Wayans brothers didn't get a final season, because that was a really good show. That was a gem. It was one of my favorite shows ever. I identified with it. Yeah, no, just a bunch of dumb stuff. And so then that went into drinking for a while, and I'd go out and drink with my friends heavily. And then one of them suggested we go to Denny's, and I was like, no! I want to go to Denny's. That's like the last place, like after Applebee's, you go to know you're completely dead inside. Like, you're done. Like, after there's Applebee's, there's Denny's, and then there's Max and Irma's, but that's if you're over the age of 60 and dead inside, and you don't like black people. So I'm gonna give that to that guy that I talked to. I'll link up with him after this and see if he wants to go to Max and Irma, so I know what it's like. I'm gonna do a case study on racist old people. Sweet milk. You never heard that before? Man, there's some weird things out there. I always thought it was weird that you can just take the name of a country and an action, and it becomes a sex move immediately after that. Like, I had a list I was making for a while just for fun. Like, the first one's Chechnyan pancake. That's my favorite one because it sounds the grossest. Or a Reuben high five. But that can go one of 2 ways. It could be a person from Aruba, or it can be a high five from a Reuben sandwich. And Reuben sandwiches are good. Those are my favorite. I had them 2 days in a row, yesterday and today. I ate a Reuben. That kraut dog. How's the wheel? Kraut is real. So how am I doing on time? Exactly. All right, guys, on to that one. Before I bring up the next comic, does anybody know where I can watch reruns of Sister Sister? If so, link up with me after this. Your next comic coming up is a great friend of mine. Actually, all these comics are a great friend of mine. So I'd like for you guys to give a warm welcome to Jasmine Carter.
What's going on, guys? Nothing's going on, apparently. That's cool. I'm not political. I don't care. So let's just get right into it. I figured out why I'm single, and I'm single because I have these really rough hands, and they feel like sandpaper and maybe like a cat's tongue if you ever been licked by one. When I go on dates. When I go on dates and guys try to hold my hand, I got to make an excuse. Like, no, my mom said I'm going to get pregnant if we hold hands. Ooh, I don't want that in my life right now. Then, if you're not careful, they can cut you. Like, I was giving this guy a massage. Thought I was getting into it. He was feeling it. He was like, ooh, girl, your nails sharp. No, that's just the calluses from the monkey bars when I was 5 years old, okay? Then I can't give hand jobs, yeah. I could be the best hand job giver in the whole wide world, but I don't want to take that risk and take somebody's skin off, you know. But this guy I was dating, he was like, just try it. Okay, all right. Yeah. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Never had it like that before. Mm-hmm. And no, we broke up. He didn't like that. He didn't like it at all. Yep. So, refer back. I work in customer service, and people think it's okay to tell me their life story like I asked or something. I was making this lady's coffee, and I was like, would you like whipped cream? And she was like, go ahead. I'm dying anyway. So, like, then she kept talking. It was like, I only got 3 months to live. My granddaughter just learned how to breathe. What I'm gonna do? So you want a little bit or a lot? Cause you're not telling me what you want. And then she kept talking and was like, it's okay. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Well, you gonna pick up your tab before you leave this earth? Because, you know, I don't think Jesus has any leftover money. I don't know how it works. Not sure how it works. But I'm nice. I swear. I promise I'm nice. I donate canned goods in my spare time. But I kind of thought, like, hold on, that's kind of, like, petty because homeless people don't have homes, which means they don't have can openers. So here you go, Mr. Homeless man. What you trying to say? You trying to be funny? How I'm going to open this? Like, okay. You're right. So I'm going to start a can opener drive. So anybody got some spare can openers, you can see me after the show. I'm going to ride around the hoods of Cleveland, pass them out like you got some ravioli on the way. Thank me later. Like, at least give them a hot plate or something. This outlets everywhere. Like, you give them, once they open it, how you going to heat it up? You can't, whatever. I don't care. That's mean. Oh, God. I grew up in church, and it was one of my first times taking communion, and they told me it was the blood of Jesus. And I was like, hold on, wait a second. I know how HIV is transmitted. Ooh. I'm not saying Jesus has anything. I just don't think they sterilize nails every time they decide to crucify someone, Seems like a waste of time. But, I tasted it, and it was pretty good. I was like, okay, Jesus. And that's how I knew Jesus was black, because his blood tastes like grape juice and like a splash of diabetes right on top. You know what I'm talking. No, she's white. Yeah. If he was white, it would taste like something healthy, like a low sodium chicken broth. And what is it? What is it? A kale smoothie? You know, right? It's a kale smoothie. I saw the look in your eye. You knew it, kale smoothie. No, then I started thinking more about Jesus. Like, hold on, does Jesus get a disability check after his crucifixion? Cause it gotta make like carpentry real hard with them holes in your hands. You just keep dropping stuff. Not again. Nailing his own self to the wall. Not again. Dang, Jesus. But no, could you imagine his employee evaluation? Like, come on, Jesus, take a step in my office, take a seat, or I can spill this bottle of water if you understand. I'm not sure. But we've been through your file, Jesus. We went through your file, and you've been with us for a long time. But your work performance has really declined since your accident, okay? And then Jesus is like, my son, I died for your sins. You just keep using that same excuse like nobody asked you to do that. That was on your own. You can't just 3-day no-call, no-show and come up in here like you own the place. I don't care who your father is. Ooh. I said those jokes in church, so I think I'm pretty good. I haven't been to hell yet, so we're good. Don't you wish you could text 911? It's a perfect transition, right? Like, if you were dying and had an attitude and didn't feel like talking, you'll text 911 like, come get me, I'm dying. And then they text back like, oh, for real? So you say, yeah, come get me. They say, okay, send your address. You send it. They say, on my way with the little siren emoji, And 2 minutes later, they text you, come outside. And you come outside. And they not out there. Okay. So you got to text them like, where you at? Then they text you, LOL. Okay, see? Then you text them again like, no, I'm not playing with you. Where you at? I'm dying. They don't text you back, so of course you got to go on Facebook to see what's going on. And you see them posting pictures like out here saving hoes. Because, 911 is real petty. Oh, man. Then 3 o'clock rolls around, you get a text message from 911 like you up. No, I died. You missed your chance. Whatever. Did my own CPR. Forget you. I lost my virginity a while ago. Woo. These are great transitions, right? Yeah, I know. Best at it. I'm gonna tell you, I did it the right way. Waited till I was in love and seen this guy for a long time. He was like, he wanted to take the next step in our relationship. He really wanted to exchange souls with me. He wanted to dry hump me. But I never did this before. I didn't want him to know that I was a dry hump virgin because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. So I asked my friend, who was a dry hump hoe, like, what do I say to this man? She was like, ooh, girl, listen. Tell him you can't wait to have his zipper inside your button. Okay, that's smooth. Okay, so we made a date. He comes over, and we make our way to the living room because I'm not allowed to have bedroom company. My parents aren't there, you know. Don't want a whooping on my special days. Kind of embarrassing, right? But he mounts me, and we proceed to hump dry, and it was just like, we didn't use no condom. You just all gene, feel all the friction. Ooh, had a little flashback right there. So like 20 minutes go by, and it gets boring, so you got to spice it up. So, you know, I'm trying to be cute. I'm like, okay. See my hair flip? It's like, put your finger in my pocket. So he like licked his thumb and like slid it into the little, you know, the little penny pocket. I don't have one on these right here. And then he like put it in there and he wiggled it. Then he took it out and put it to my nose and was like, smell it. I don't care, it's my pocket. So he was, I smelled it. He was like, oh, girl, what it smell like? I was like, tired. Yeah, that's right. So another 40 minutes go by, you know. You got to get it right. And I'm like, okay, I'm a pro now. You know, I'm a pro. So, you know, you got to switch positions because it's jeans. You're going to get a rash. So I'm throwing the skinny jeans back. He's catching it. And I'm like, okay. Like I said, I'm a pro now. I was like, put your hand in my back pocket, like your whole hand. He was like, whoa, you sure it's going to hurt? So I can tell you whatever. I'm like, whatever. So that's gross. I'm sorry. So he slid in there ever so slightly. He was like, ooh, girl, this pocket tight. I was like, I know. I just washed these jeans. Thank you so much. My name is Jasmine.
Jasmine, that was a good high five. That was a great high five. I like that one. How you guys enjoying the show so far? You seem like you're liking it. How you liking it, people at home? That's a good sign. Oh, swag. Swagging on a dragon. That's what we're doing, guys. 6 viewers. I almost scared a lady the other day because I was walking down the street because I don't have a car or my license because I'm a complex person. And she was walking these really cute puppies, and I wanted to pet those puppies. And then she's like, she doesn't want to touch you. Like he doesn't want to touch you girls, like pulling the puppies away from me. And I wanted to yell at her, like, how do you know I didn't want to pet them puppies? But like I caught myself, and I'm like, Wilson, based on the things that are going on now in the world, your best option is probably not yelling at a white lady in broad daylight about puppies. But you know who should yell at a lady in broad daylight about puppies? Your next comic, Chad Weaver!
Read what? Over where? The public affairs thing? Should I read it?
Oh, not the public affairs one.
Should I read it?
Hold on.
How do I read?
These words? There you go.
Teach me.
Some.
Oath.
Of.
Okay.
Okay.
The.
Yeah, good.
Following. Following?
Following, yes,
Okay.
yes, I know, it's weird.
Maternal?
Material. Sorry.
Material.
What?
May. Aw. B.
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 Found.
Found.
Yeah.
Ooh, this next one.
Objection.
Objection.
Apple.
Objection. Apple.
Yeah. Objectionable.
Objectionable.
Yes.
Objectionable.
By
members
of the listening audience.
easy. Of listening audience. There were four. There were.
There you go. You're getting it, buddy.
There were four. Listerine.
Listener.
Listener.
It's really confusing. I probably need some. I'm sorry for standing so close to you.
Disgraced.
Discretion.
Discretion.
Yes.
Is. Strongly.
Good. Okay. We're at the finish line.
Advised.
Guys, give it up.
Oh, thank you guys. It really means a lot that you guys would be that accepting of. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited. I'm on the airwaves right now. I don't really get to do this, so I wanted to just shout out a few people if you wouldn't mind. I just have a couple people I want to be because they'll be really excited when they hear this. So I just want to say, hey to the folks at home. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hey, Tara. That's my sister. Hey, Jacob. Hey, Gabby. What's up, Emily? Grandma, Grandpa, Uncle, Aunt, cousin, second cousin, little Jeff. Shout out Big Jeff. Medium Jeff, I got you. Extra small Jeff, I'm not leaving you hanging. Extra large Jeff, what up? Buffalo Wild Wings Jeff, you know it. Double XL Jeff and triple X Sexy Jeff. Shout out. Also, hey, what's up, Bob? Shout out Chris Drabick. Hey, Kate, how's it going? Olivia, what's up? Daddy, Big Daddy, Large Daddy, Hot Mama. Shout out One-Eye Greg. Shout out Two-Eye Greg. Three-Eye Greg, you know what you did. Shout out Pokemon Go. What's up, Sleep? Big fan. Hey, I just want to give a big heads up to Swing Set Mommy. I just want to say hey to The Idea of Love. Also, love the movie The Notebook. Just want to give a big heads up to The Drive, The Shot, The Fumble, The Block, the J.R. Smith teen choking scandal. Hey, what's up, Denver Tony? What's up, Fluffy? Fluffy. Oh, he's a good girl. That's my dog. Purple Pony, Gerbils, Hamster Dad, Spaghetti O's. Hey, Spaghetti O's. The other guy in Wham. I don't know the first guy's name. What's up, Cream? Whipped Cream, Colorado Tony, Boulder Tony, South Park Tony, South Park Mall Tony, and Tony, Anthony. What's up, Miami Hot Dog Joe? Hey. Cheeseburger Joe, regular hot dog Joe, hamburger Joe, just a burger with nothing on it, but just a bun Joe. What's up, Sloppy Pete, Wet Pete, Soaked Pete, Dry Peter. I just want to say, what's up, John, and Sean. Hey. Big ups to Mr. Potato Head, and I love my mom. Just want to say hi to the folks at home. Do I have any time left? Okay. Okay, guys. I was a little nervous to do this because I am a bit of a dirty comic. So I was like a little scared, and I don't want to alarm anyone. I want to still tell this story, but I'll censor myself, so don't worry about it. So I was boing boing this girl, and and like we were in the middle, really, you know, and she was like, I'm about to, and I was like, hey, I already. And when I did it right all over her mother's picture of her dead grandma. And I was just like, I am so sorry. And she was like, well, I'm still, to go. And I was just like, well, I don't want to, unless, you know, you're, like, consenting. And then she was like, well, I had this idea. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, what if we with, like, my cousin? And I was like, oh, Mamma Mia. Papa John's. And I was just like, I don't know about that because I've only with, you know, like one girl at a time. And honestly, you're my first girl. And she said to me, don't worry, he's just gonna give me a little the I was like, what, why are you making dog noises right now? And she's like, no, I mean like with his hand, you know, like ugh. And this bit is running out of steam. And I don't know, guys, I wanna do one joke. That story has no end. The point is, guys, don't without a Don't slide whistle your friends, guys. That's. Thank you, guys. I'm Chad. I'm done.
It's my boy. You can catch me and Chad. We're actually in a sketch group together with 5 other dudes, or 4 or 5 other dudes. I don't remember that well how many of us there are without counting, like a child. But it's called Pizza Money. We do it once a month at Mayhall's, normally on Sundays. It's a really good time. So yeah, guys, I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourselves. This has been a fun time so far. I'm just going to keep this show rolling. The next comic we have coming up is like a mentor to me in ways that she takes care of me. Like the coolest sister I ever had, because I had only my predetermined dislike of geese. But this next comic coming up is fantastic. Again, put your hands together for Sam D.
Thank you, everyone. Hello, radio. Whew. As Wilson did mention, geese are awful. And I would absolutely believe a goose attack had happened to harm someone. Which begs the question, where does this phrase silly goose come from? Because every goose I've ever met has taken themselves very seriously. Still, don't know if that's just to be, I don't know, apropos of nothing. But guys, I want to get serious. I know this is lighthearted and we should just try to keep it cool, but I want to legalize it. I don't know if you guys are into that idea, but I am. I like smoking weed. Anybody else in here? Don't want to admit it on air? Okay. All right. All right. I'm into it, but my least favorite thing about weed is people who don't smoke it. Not a big fan. And it's always because they don't understand. They think you're seeing pink elephants and things are going wild in there. And so I always try to play it cool whenever I'm around the squares. But I always seem to give myself away somehow, like I was at a baby shower. And They're all gathered around, jabber-jawing. So, it's a boy. What are you going to name him? Well, we've decided on Hunter. And they're, ooh, it's a good one. And I just lean over, like, what's his middle name going to be? Gatherer? Hilarious, I know. But they all turn to me just, what are you, stoned? Like, yes, it is still a crime, but why don't you be cool with your whistle-blowing Snowden ass, all right? I know you're a mother first and boring second. But yeah, I party. I'm not going to apologize to anyone about that. But I'm not like a weed aficionado or anything. Like, I don't have a Bob Marley poster. And I'm not... It took me a really long time to understand what kind bud meant. I just thought people were always bragging about their really nice friends. Like, hey, man, I got some kind bud. You interested? Like, yeah, I can't even find anybody to drive me to the airport. I would love some. One day I hope to have some dank-ass friends. Maybe one day. Another thing, I have never once been to a party where someone walked in with an acoustic guitar and went, ooh, this is gonna get good. We already had music, but please keep going, play. Harmonies, Wonderwall and Jadakiss go together well. Didn't know that. No, they're always named Kyle. And nobody asked them to bring the guitar. And in cargo shorts. But that's not even the worst of it. Like, it's cargo shorts, and they have one of the little hooks on their belt with all their keys. Like, I get it. With great pockets comes great responsibility. But, I mean, you have so many. Use them. Like, you have this, like, carabiner of keys. Like, where are you spelunking? Are you an adventurous janitor? I don't know. But I've started sticking up for myself in these situations. I see him coming a strumming. I walk right up to him. Put my hand on the neck of the guitar. Shh, 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 shh. No, thank you. We are all set. They call it a garage band for a reason. So please go back to the garage, shut the door, turn on your car, and play Freebird till you get to that great drum circle in the sky. And I mean, it's fine. I've never met a Kyle I could trust. We would not be missing anything. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of edging on some touchy subjects. Pants are very controversial these days. Nobody wants to wear them, mainly. Like, I'm glad we're living in a time where $200 sweatpants exist and are like what people wear now, and it's fine. But I went through the beginning stages of this, which was girls just wearing leggings, and people were mad. Oh my God. I can see through them. She's not skinny enough to be wearing them. This is madness. But for years, we have had to deal with guys wearing basketball shorts. And it is obscene. Like, some guys strut around like they have an Iman Shumpert dick print, but no. That is typically not the case, gentlemen. It looks like you went into a pet store and are now trying to smuggle out a turtle in between your legs. not a good look. Not my favorite. And I think that if you're going to be doing that, at least maybe fluff. I don't know. It's a lot easier to check that out than to look at a lady's cleavage. But if you got it out, I'm going to look. You know, you got to display your assets. But I'm going to leave you guys with one more word of advice before I go. If you ever meet an alpaca, do not open with "Como te llamas?" Especially if you find yourself in Alpakistan. They do not like horsing around, guys. I'm Sam D.
Can't wait for you to scold me later. All right, guys, this has been a great show so far. We're down to your last comic now. Thanks for running the gauntlet with us. Thanks to 91.1 for having us on, being able to do this. Your last comic is a member of the Accidental Comedy Collective. You should check out their festival starting August 26th, goes all the way to 28th. Danny Tamborelli's going to be there from Pete and Pete, and he was there last time, and he's a cool person. And there's going to be also a lot of talent over there, local and from all around the United States. So, guys, put your hands together for Jimmy Graham.
Thanks, Wilson. Look at us go. Look at this little shack they got us in, huh? Look at this thing. This thing was amazing in the 80s. Bring a girl down here, throw on some Purple Rain. Who knows what's going to happen? Actually, before I get started, I do, thanks again to Wilson and 91.1 for having us. This is amazing. I did have a couple of people that I wanted to say thank you to real fast. First and foremost, Mom, love you, Mom. Dad, clearly. Tara, thanks so much. Jacob, Gabby, Jamie, Emily, you know who you are, you're amazing. Grandpa, Grandma, Uncle, Aunt, cousin, second cousin, little Jeff.
Hey, little Jeff is sacred, man.
Sounds like somebody's trying to boy. I just hope that one old woman just randomly tuned in for Chad's set, went and took her nerve medication, and then came back and heard the same thing and just thought that she died in the meantime. And that was her hell. Just a squeaky voiced weirdo reading names. Yeah. So good job. I want to say good job to Cleveland. Good job, guys. We got through the RNC. That was amazing. Nothing happened. It's great. Nothing happened. I didn't go downtown. I avoided that like it was the plague. I did notice one thing kind of on the outskirts, and that was just the immediate uptick of just brand new, freshly inked Godsmack tattoos. Anybody see that? Just that and little Tweety Bird t-shirts and you know what I mean? A lot of guys on the jukebox playing I'm not the one who's so hard. I don't want to get WRUW sued for singing some copyrighted music. I'm not the one who's so close to you. There's a lot of that stuff that was going on, and I avoided it, man. I'm so proud that nothing happened. I also went downtown for the parade, the Cavs one. The Cavs 2 weeks before that, I was down there. 1.5 million people we had in our city, and I walked down there, and I had to leave immediately. And it wasn't because I was scared or claustrophobic or hot or weird. It was for one fact. And it was the fact that I saw one singular bumblebee terrify about 1,500 black women. And it was great. Just by itself. It looked like the wave at an Indians game. It was just flying down wow, what are you doing? One lady smacked her kid like it was his fault. God damn it, bringing me out here for the Cavs. I don't even like the Cavs. And it was just the funniest thing that I was going to see that day, so I left. It was amazing, though, man. I'm so glad nothing happened. It is going to happen. It's pretty funny. Like, Cleveland almost felt like that mom, like when we invited the RNC here, we're like that mom that's like, no, it's okay if you do drugs as long as you do it in my basement. It's okay. You guys think I'm cool, right? You guys think I'm cool here? Nothing happened. My favorite part after the fact was when our mayor, Frank Jackson, you guys know Frank Jackson. Frank sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. I'll tell you what, he sounds so weird. He came out and he did like a little press. He did a presser afterwards, like congratulating the Cleveland police. He's like, well, I said. I would like to thank Police Chief. And he had the confidence that Obama had when he told America that he killed Osama bin Laden. Remember that? It's like, dude, yeah, don't bring it here. I know he's proud of you, Frank Jackson. He shops at the Steelyard Walmart. That's a true story. Our mayor, I was behind him in line, the Steelyard Walmart, and he was buying cranberry juice and 2-ply toilet paper. Because apparently he has a yeast infection. And I think that's amazing. It's so good because he, like, when given, like, the choice to spend even $2 extra of your hard-earned taxpayer dollars, our mayor would rather have his finger break through the toilet paper than spend a cent of your money. Almost got real graphic, but I know I'm on radio. Let's see, what do I want to talk to you guys about? I know there's something else. I'm dating somebody now, which is good for me and for all people. That's good. I had like a thing for a while. I was dating a lot of hairstylists. It was like a thing, and it's not hard in a city like this to just date yourself out of a good haircut. I found that out pretty good. I'm just sitting at Great Clips with Lil Tony every weekend. But I'm dating a girl, and she's amazing, man. She's so cool. Her name's Taylor. She's really mad at me. I hope you're listening. Please don't murder me in my sleep or poison me. She's really cool. And I'll tell you guys a story of how I figured out that she was cool. And this was at one of those like outdoor festivals. You guys know those things where you go. It's like it was in Tremont, and you're walking around, and there's like some guy selling spaghetti, and it's like 98 degrees. It makes no sense. Like, what are you doing? It's like, here, yeah, wash it down with some milk. I'm like, you don't need to exist, sir. And we're walking around there, and you'll notice. Yeah, and then they're like, hey, try my craft beer, brah. And just give me a Stroh's. So when you're walking around those festivals, you'll always see this. Everywhere that you go, you always see like some sponsor that they tricked into it in the last second. It's always like somebody who has nothing to do with the festival. In this case, it was a window company. It was Universal Windows Direct. You guys know them? You guys know that jingle? It's that jingle where the guy sounds like he wants to boing the window. He's just old 6-year-old window salesman just sleeping, standing up. And I walk up to him, and I'm like, I'm with my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, go buy a Cavatelli, whatever. And I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, how's it going, buddy? And his eyes light up. He's like, oh, my God, people exist. Like, sell. They like start getting like real crazy. He's like, how many windows do you have in your house? How many blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa, this guy's nuts. I stand there, and I rap with him a little bit. I give him my girlfriend's, all of her contact information. Phone number, social security number, blood type, everything. Just lay it on him, address, and grab the keychain, walk off, and I give it to her. And I was like, oh, yeah, this will be a funny thing that we'll laugh about in 2 weeks when she like gets a weird email, right? I wasn't even halfway back to her when I see her reaching into her pocket, picking up the phone. And I walk up, and she's like, no, I never signed up to get windows. And I was like, what kind of Glenn Ross stuff do you got going on over there, Universal Windows? These guys are snakes. These guys are psychopaths. I woke up on Saturday morning last week to one of them literally knocking on the window. He's like, they must not want to use doors or something. It's like, hey, can I interest you in a free home estimate? Never let those people in your house. They're crazy. Those are like, you turn your back and they're just making a sandwich and making love to your wife. Whatever. It got weird. She hates me for it. And that wasn't why I thought she was cool. The reason that I thought that she was cool was because 2 days ago, my phone and my email just started blowing up. And apparently you guys are looking at the newest member of the Church of Scientology. Yep. They really want to know my thetans. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure that anything's real. I could just be like hallucinating in one of those Scientology prisons in California. None of this is real. You guys are all hologram people. Thanks again to Little Tony, Little Jeffy, Big Head, Gumdrop, Baby Balls, and Wilson. Thanks again, buddy. Oh, Accidental Comedy Festival, August 26th to the 28th, accidentalcomedy.com. Tickets are on sale.
Yeah! Thank you for staying for this hour of fantastic comedy, guys, on the radio. It's been a great time. You guys have been a great and very beautiful audience. I wish I could thank you all individually. I probably could, but I only know, I don't know 2 of your names. But thanks to guys. Oh, God. Thank you guys again. I've been Wilson. I guess we're going to do some interviews. So keep on listening.